And welcome back to the big show. I'm so excited about having Charles Barkley on the show. Chuck has appeared before, and listen, he's one of the most loyal guys I know. Charles, first off, great to see you. You look fantastic. How you doing?
Man, I'm on vacation for the next 4 months. Life is good for me. I love basketball. But I'm glad when it's over. I'm like a well-paid school teacher. I'm off all summer, so there's nothing but golfing and fishing in my life.
All right, we're going to get to golf here in a minute. I wanted to bring up home is where the heart is because, and again, Charles, you are one of the most loyal celebrities slash athletes anywhere. I mean, when it comes to the state of Alabama, Birmingham, Leeds, your hometown, Auburn University, you always show up. You donate money, time, energy, your name. I mean, where does this loyalty come from, Chuck? Because seriously, and I'm not just saying that to throw stuff at you, build up your ego. You don't need that. But I mean, you really give back, my friend.
Well, I think it's important. Number one, growing up in Leeds, it means a great deal to me. And obviously, Auburn means a great deal to me.
Yes.
So, and I've been so lucky and blessed. When I travel the country, people are yelling War Eagle at me. And and also, listen, man, my hometown means a great deal. My mom and grandmother both lived their entire lives in Leeds. And I always try to come back. Half of my financial group is here in Birmingham. Shout out to Scott Guthrie and Glenn Guthrie.
Wow.
But like I say, man, the Leeds component and the Auburn component, and listen, and I'm not one of those guys who hate Alabama. I'm sad to see the greatest college football coach ever leave. But Alabama means a lot to me.
Well, that's obvious. And you mentioned Scott and Glenn. Wow. I haven't heard those names in a while, and I'm glad they're doing well. I mean, I've known those guys forever.
Hey, listen, they're still doing well because I still got my money. Because I had a handshake deal with them. I told them if they ever stole any of my money, I'd kill them. Because my first agent was a scumbag crook, and there's nothing worse than being black and poor. And I was black and poor for a long time. Yeah, but I've been so lucky to have two great financial advisors, Glenn Guthrie and his son Scott has taken over now. And actually, his wife, Christy, kind of handles my life. And her only job is to make sure people can't get access to me. She's the most important person because everybody think all their stuff is important. I said, it's important, just not important to me because I'm only one person. I can't do everybody's stuff. And
Right.
they think that. Like first of all, I have enough stuff being Charles Barkley. But if people add all their crap to my schedule, I'd be busy 365 days a year.
Well, you're always nice to me, and I appreciate that. Let's talk finals. Celtics, probably most people thought they would be there. The Mavericks have gotten hot at the right time. And I thought you were genius when you were, the Timberwolves were going big, and you kept saying they can't go big, they have to go small, and they figured that out too late. But how does this break down this finals, Chuck?
I'm going to stick with my original pick. At the beginning of the season, I thought the addition of Drew Holiday and Porzingis would make the Celtics a favorite. I haven't seen anything that make me think they're not going to win. The Mavs changed their whole dynamic of their team when they made the big trade. Going out getting PJ and Gafford changed the entire complexity of the team because they had no size. They were trying to really just outscore people with Luka and Kyrie, and that's not going to work. You're going to have to get some easy baskets. You're going to have to rebound the ball. So when they made the trade, they have the best record in basketball. I think it's like 37-6 since they made the trade with that starting lineup. But I still think Tatum and Brown, Porzingis, Drew Holiday, Derek White, I think I'm going to have to go with the Celtics. I think it's going to be, I hope it's a hell of a series because, those last two series were kind of a letdown. We almost had the first time in history both teams were swept in the conference finals. I just hope it's a great series to finish off the year strong.
I was interviewing Keegan Bradley on the PGA Tour 2 weeks ago at the Charles Schwab, and I told him, I said, listen, Charles says the Celtics are not going to win. He's a big Celtics fan unless Porzingis gets back. And Keegan Bradley wanted me to tell you, Porzingis or no Porzingis, he said the Celtics are going to win. He wanted me to tell you that.
Yeah, I don't, I think, but, most people think that they have my thinking because man, he changes the whole dynamic of
Yes.
their team. Uh, could if they, I truly believe if Pozingo doesn't come back close to 100%, I don't think they're going to beat the Mavs. I think they really need him because he has size. He's the only guy on that team who posts up, and he was having a hell of a year before he got hurt.
Yeah, great year. In fact, if not for the calf injury, but it's given him time now, and with a time off, I think he's going to be able to play and be effective. Hey, Charles, tell me this now, and you might have said this, but you're talking about the best players in the league right now, and Doncic obviously is playing at a high level, and some people are saying he's the best player in the league. I wouldn't argue with that. Jokic of Denver, they say, is number 2, maybe number 1. I mean, he's racking up the MVP trophies. Are these two guys from Slovenia and Serbia 1 and 2 best players in the league right now?
They're in the conversation. I still think Joker's the best player. Luka's on a heater right now, but then you got Giannis, who's one of the best players in the world. And listen, you're gonna have to handle Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Now they're gonna have something to say about who's the best player in that series. That those two guys are all NBA also. So I think it's gonna be a fascinating series. But it's just I'm trying to think who else. I mean, some people think Steph Curry, is the best player. I mean, so it's just your own cup of tea.
Yeah, but those two guys are playing at a great pace right now. And Doncic is just, I mean, and he's healthy, Charles. He kind of played for that injury, and at least the last couple of games, he seemed like kind of the old Doncic, right?
Well, listen, he needed some time off because he has a heavy workload. I actually think he could be even better if he did less, because I think he's really starting to trust those other guys more. He was really trying to do too much the last few years, but with Kyrie coming there and them making the trade, I think it's made a huge difference in his overall the way he plays.
Yeah, no doubt. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And tell me now, inside the NBA, me and millions of others watch the show, have loved the show. Come on, Charles. Is it really going away?
We don't know. I wish I knew. I mean, and the one thing that really sucks, even if we lose it, we still got to do another year. That's what's really funky about the whole thing. I wish they would make a decision sooner than later. I'm not worried about us 4 guys. I'm worried about the people behind the scenes. So we're probably going to have 100 people who lose their job. But to answer your question, man, there's so many rumors out there right now that we've already lost it or we're still in the negotiating set. They said we're still negotiating. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but I just feel the stress of the people I work with because it sucks for them, man. They got families and kids and everything. And number one, not knowing if you're going to have a job, it just sucks. But, it's been a great ride. I've been there 24. I think Kenny been there 26 or 27, and Ernest been there like 32, and Shaq I think been there like 13.
Wow.
So it's gonna suck for it won't suck bad for us. Let's be honest, but it's gonna suck for all the people who work there.
And I read where you said you could start your own show or breakaway or whatever, which more people are doing now. Celebrity types are going on digital platforms everywhere and ultra successful. I mean, they go on X and millions of people are watching. Yeah. So that's always out there for you, Charles, and you know that.
Well, I mean, but first of all, I and Ernie and Ken and Shaq got to figure out what networks. Like I say, we know ESPN's got it already. We know Amazon has got it already. And like I say, it's a war between us and NBC. So we're going to have to look at the lay of the land. First of all, it's going to be, like I said, like earlier, it's going to be weird working. If Turner loses, it's going to be weird working there for another year, knowing you're going to get let go at the end of the season. Yeah. And like I say, I don't really think that's fair to the people I work with. I mean, because if you know you're going to get fired at the end of the year, if somebody come along right now, I told guys I would listen to all job offers right now, and I'd be updating my resume. Because if we're going to lose it, those people behind the scenes, man, they got to be looking for their next job.
Yeah, right. And I love that. I love that about you, worried about the people behind the scenes, because as you know, those people that work behind the scenes really make the show what it is. I mean, you guys are obviously up on the desk, but there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes. Hey, tell me this now. Go ahead.
I'm still trying to figure out what they be doing all day. Because, we come on at 7 o'clock at night, and they're there like 12 o'clock. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing from 12 to 7? Like, because we show up like at 6:30, put on a suit and put on some makeup, and they're like, yeah, man, we've been here since like 12. I'm like, what the hell have y'all been doing since 12 o'clock today? I love giving them a hard time. I says, there's nothing we're doing that's that important when you got to be to work 7 hours early. There's nothing you do. It can't be that complicated.
Well, they're punching in and doing something, I guess.
I tell them all the time, I says, I don't know what y'all are doing for 7 hours, but y'all must be good at it because it's working.
Hey, let's talk a little Caitlyn Clark, Chuck, because obviously she's making a lot of headlines, and all the news stations are talking about it. Tell me this. I mean, she's the rookie. Obviously, there's going to be physical play. I don't mind physical play, but the cheap shots, I just don't want her to get hurt. What do you make of all this rookie hazing? What do you call what she's experiencing now?
Petty jealousy. Petty jealousy, and it's really unfortunate because what she's done for the game. Yeah, listen, I believe in rookie hazing, but some of the criticism has gotten overboard, and I think it's really unfair because, man, she got you look at the ratings for the draft for the WNBA, she's making everybody money, and I think she's got some deals. Good for her. I mean, the girl just set the record for the most points ever scored in college. I mean, that's pretty incredible. But you can't. The girl's got to grow up and like, yo, you know what? I can go at her hard on the basketball court, but the visibility and stuff she's bringing to the league is going to fill all our wallets up in the long run. So it's just petty jealousy, and it's really unfortunate because, and the thing that's really bad right now, we're not even talking about basketball. That's the problem that I have with the whole thing. I can't remember. We're not even talking about. And listen, we knew she was going to struggle. Kobe Bryant struggled. Charles Barkley struggled. Every rookie struggles. But so I'm not. That's the reason they had the number one pick in the draft. The team's not very good.
Right.
So, but we're not. What's bad? Instead of talking about all the good things happening for the WNBA, we're talking about negativity and all publicity. There used to be that old saying, all publicity is good publicity. No, it's not. Not when you're a niche sport trying to get the consumers to buy into your product. So it's really unfortunate. And it's just, and I like the way she's handling. She hasn't said anything because you got so many fools out here who got opinions, unfortunately, negative opinions on television, on radio, and things like that. So I'm glad she's staying above the fray.
Well, and you said it best. Listen, the Indiana Fever got her pick because they were the worst team. And so obviously
and listen, 2 years in a row.
Right.
So they had the number one pick last year, and they were so bad they got it again. So and like I say, she was gonna go through some growing pains, but like I say, it's just a lot of petty jealousy out there, and it's really unfortunate. It's taken away from the women's game because no matter what sport, if you're talking more about something other than the sport, because they got some great players in the WNBA. The Aces. They got Asia Wilson's probably the best female player in the world. She's trying to get a three-peat. We haven't even mentioned her at all. I saw the Connecticut Sun. I think they're like 8-0. We haven't even mentioned them. So this is just taken away from the game, in my opinion.